KebG weather overview. How's it going out there, everybody? NYC Central Park has made it into the top 10 snowiest Februaries on record. So we have had three top 10 snowy Februaries since 2010. One of them was 2010, the other was 2014, and now we can add 2021 to the list. So New York City's had over 2 feet of snow this February. Quite impressive. And it all kicked off with the February 1st blockbuster winter storm. Now you're looking at the Climate Prediction Center. This is their outlook to open March, essentially. It's the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook with the likelihood of above average temperatures pretty high in the eastern two-thirds of the nation. Out west is where you got to go for significant cold. And I don't see anything really in the pattern that suggests to me that we're going to be having anything significant in terms of wintry weather for the next 7 days, perhaps even longer, as the overall pattern has shifted, and it seems as though we've broken out of the very active stormy February that we've had, and we have a more benign look going on as far as the overall weather is concerned. Now, I wanted to show you the temperature anomalies. This is compared to where we should be, and going forward, it's very interesting on the GFS. The orange areas represent above normal for this time of year, and the blue areas represent below normal. So now as we go in time, out in time, if we back it up to Monday, this is where we have our rain and rain-snow mix issues for tomorrow afternoon. Then after that, the overall temperature pattern starts to change. We may make a run at 50 on Wednesday. And then by the weekend, we turn colder. But then as we go into early next week, what happens is that the temperature anomalies become warm yet again in the eastern part of the United States. And anything that does move through that tends to be colder is relatively short-lived. Here we are all the way out to next Thursday, March 4th. And you can see that much of the nation doesn't have a lot of Arctic air to deal with. There are pockets, but if this model is right, we're really going to be looking at a situation where we don't have a lot of sustained cold around here. It's going back to the look that we had in January where cold shots would come and go. So that's the overall situation, the overall look that I'm getting off the models. Now, with respect to tomorrow, it's really not that big of a deal. It may start out as snow to start, but then it'll quickly go over to rain, and this is primarily an afternoon and early evening affair. A quick moving cold front with perhaps some front-end snow quickly going over to rain. Not much in the way of accumulation for New York City, the coast, and points south. And then after that, it warms up. We get into Wednesday where highs may make a run at 50. Another cold front comes through, and with little fanfare actually on Thursday into Friday, as we're just left with cooler conditions. The temperatures take a little bit of a dive from where they go on Wednesday. So Wednesday is the warmest day of the week by far. And then the model's trying to show a disturbance for next Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, with perhaps a little bit of rain, but certainly too warm for any accumulating snow. And then we'll have to watch the situation by next Monday into Tuesday. The model is trying to play around with all different scenarios regarding a frontal boundary and perhaps a storm, but this pattern would really need to change in a fundamental way in order to get a big time accumulating snow here. So look for periods of rain probably for early next week, and nailing down the details will be tough, and it'll be something that we'll have to just do as we go along through the week. Now, Monday's high should be around 40. Tuesday, a touch warmer, but then Wednesday is the real nice warm day with highs around 50. And even south, highs pushing 60 all the way down to D.C. Not quite making it up here, but nonetheless, signs of spring in the offing. Thursday, highs cooler, 45, and then getting back into the cold on Friday with highs only in the middle 30s. And then Saturday, maybe a touch of rain with highs around 40. We'll just have to watch that late week rainfall situation. And we'll have to monitor next week and see if the pattern changes a little bit. But overall, I'm looking for not a lot in the way of wintry weather. Cold shots coming and going. Mild shots, same thing, just back and forth pattern. Nothing really crazy in the next 7 to 10 days. And we'll see what happens. It looks like, at least from the Climate Prediction Center standpoint, March is going to turn out, or start rather, in a warm fashion across the eastern part of the United States.